So good afternoon, students. Today we are discussing about the living and surface anatomy of the lower limbs. See, the first question is the action of quadriceps femoris muscle. Please note down all of you. These 10 or 12 questions are there. Surface anatomy questions. These are useful at the time of the Viva surface anatomy. 5 marks. One is the action of quadriceps femoris muscle. You know that quadriceps, 4 muscles: vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, vastus intermediate, rectus femoris muscle. These 4 muscles, origin is different, but insertion is same, like it is a continuation as going to insert the like a bubble sheet into the patella. So the action of this quadriceps femoris muscle for the mainly extension of the knee joint, for this locking of the knee joint, mainly particularly vastus medialis. Vastus medialis. Now supply is different, like this is a femoral nerve going to supply as well as supplied by the posterior division of the obturator nerve. Next, the action you know already: extension at the knee joint, flexion at the weak at the hip joint. Second question, action of hamstring muscles. Here hamstring muscles 4, but they are divided into 2 varieties: true and false hamstrings. True hamstrings are semitendinous, semimembranous. False hamstrings are biceps femoris and ischial part of adductor magnus muscle. These are all takes origin from the ischial tuberosity, but insertion is different. Semitendinous, semimembranous, biceps femoris, and ischial part of the adductor magnus. So the mainly action of is the flexion at the knee joint, extension at the hip joint. These are acting like a hamstring muscles, but unlocking of the knee joint. That is the popliteus is there. If you continue the fully flexion, then it is takes the hamstring muscles. Now supplies the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Third question, movements of the hip joint. Movements, you know that hip joint is a ball and socket variety of the synovial joint. There is a many movements are there: flexion, extension, adduction, abduction, rotation, okay, lateral and medial rotations. You know that flexion, what are the muscles are involving? Extension, flexion, iliac and psoas major muscle, and extension, that is a gluteus minimus muscle. Whereas the lateral side, that is a medial lateral rotation, that is a medial rotation muscle. So you should know what are the muscles are involving in the movements of the hip joint. Next, movements of the knee joint. You know that mainly it is the hinge variety type, like a flexion, extension only, but and also at the time of the locking and unlocking, medial rotate and lateral rotation. It is the knee joint is compound joint. One is a saddle variety between the patella and the femur articular surface, and condyles are there, tibial condyles and femoral condyles to form a lateral and medial condylar variety of the joint. That's why it is called the compound joint. According to the function, we can tell it is a hinge variety also. Actions of gastrocnemius. See this calf muscle, gastrocnemius, just below, and also this muscle, gastrocnemius, having the 2 heads, origins, like a lateral head and middle head of the gastrocnemius. Lateral head takes origin from the lateral condyle of the epicondyle of the femur, middle from the middle condyle of the femur. So 2 heads, lateral head and middle head of the gastrocnemius, also forms the boundary, inferior boundary of the popliteal fossa. Between these 2 heads, gastrocnemius, then we can identify just below the skin, we can identify the small saphenous vein going to pierce and open into the popliteal vein. And also below these 2 heads, we can identify the tibial nerve is passing. The action, according to the action, we can say it is a plantar flexion, mainly the plantar flexion. It is also acting like the first gear of the walking. Next, the nerve supply is mainly here tibial nerve, going to supply to this gastrocnemius. Sixth question is dorsalis pedis artery pulsation. So, and also called the dorsal artery of the foot. So the dorsal artery, it is a continuation of the anterior tibial artery. So you know that tibial popliteal artery divided into anterior and posterior tibial arteries. This anterior tibial artery continuation and cross the flexor retinaculum, the retinaculum below, then automatically the name is changed like a dorsalis pedis artery. Immediately that anterior tibial artery enter into between the first and second metatarsal. It appears the name is changed like a dorsalis pedis artery. It is present in the dorsum of the foot. And also we are taking these pulsations. We are using this artery at the time occlusions of the blood vessels. That time we are using this dorsalis pedis artery for the pulsations. Next is the seventh is the palpate the medial malleolus. You know that tibial lower end having the medial malleolus. That medial malleolus going to articulate with the thallus middle side, which is there. The comma should face it. Then below, just below this medial malleolus, we can identify the attachment of this the flexor retinaculum that going to reach to the below attached to the middle tubercle of the calcaneum. So it is like a band or make a tunnel. Below the structures, some other structures passing, that is anterior tibial, posterior tibial, and posterior tibial now, posterior tibial, the tibial now, and posterior tibial artery. These are the blood vessel neurovascular bundle passing just below this medial malleolus. And also 2 centimeters below in front, we can identify the great saphenous vein continuation is there. That's why we should know the medial malleolus palpation. Lateral the continuation palpate the lateral malleolus. It is nothing but a lower end of the fibula. It is going to articulate with the lateral surface of the thallus. So below this lateral malleolus, we can identify the continuation of the small saphenous vein and also peroneus longus and peroneus brevis tendons. Next is the ninth, inversion and eversion of the foot. So inversion. So foot, when you keep the foot on the ground, medial border everted, that is everted like a rising up, the plantar surface facing toward the medial side. So what are the muscles involving in the inversion? The tibialis anterior, tibialis posterior muscles. Next, eversion. When the foot lateral margin verted like a rising upwards, the plantar surface facing towards the lateral side. The muscles are involving, that is a peroneus longus and peroneus brevis. And also joints are involving here, subthalar joint, thalocalcaneonavicular joints. Next, movements of ankle joint. Ankle joint is nothing but a hinge variety. It is found by the lower end of the fibula, lower end of lower end of the tibia. These two are going to articulate with the thallus. Thallus, that lower end of the tibia, going to articulate with the, that is the trochlear surface of the thallus. Medial malleolus going to articulate with the middle surface of the thallus, whereas the fibula lower end going to articulate with the lateral surface of the thallus. The mainly the movement are here dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Only the two movements, flexion and extension, dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. That's why it is called the hinge variety of the synovial joint. Next, movements of the interphalangeal joints. Here also plain that is only the here hinge variety, flexion, extension, flexion and extension. These are the two movements possible at the interphalangeal joints. So these are the clinical charts. That is a surface anatomy charts are there. As you should remember, keep all the 11 statements like questions. One text notebook, and this is useful at the time of the examinations. These questions we are asking in the surface anatomy. There is a viva questions at the time of the university, terminal and internal examinations. So remember this. Thank you.